But I think they should be afraid of us.
Here, you're not the predator. You're the prey.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. It's the Alien Earth Season 1 finale, and a lot of you have been asking why we haven't seen any Predators or the Yautja race, despite the fact that we've seen clear crossover in the new Predator Badlands trailers, with Elle Fanning's Weyland Yutani Synth teaming up with a Predator on a new world that we think we haven't seen before in the movies yet. We think it's a brand new world. Noah Hawley and the other people working on the Alien Earth TV show talked about predators in the context of this series in Season 1, and in the first couple of episodes this season, people also thought that they spotted some predator Easter eggs in the background, but as of Episode 8, the finale so far, we haven't actually seen any on screen that we know about. Based on everything everybody that's working on the movies and the TV shows have said behind the scenes, there is something that they're cooking up. So we'll explain what's going on with all that and what the larger plan for the Alien and the Predator franchises are between the upcoming movies like Alien Romulus 2, whatever they wind up calling that, Predator Badlands, and Alien Earth Season 2. If it wasn't clear, they're all being made by the same top-level group of people managing all the different things, Marvel style or DC Studios style. This is Disney owning Fox and Fox controlling all these different franchises. They are meant to be part of a shared cinematic universe, like we see in Predator Badlands. Episode 8 is airing this week. My video for that will post after they release it, and then we'll start doing Season 2 videos. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. I'll also be doing videos for Predator Badlands later this year when it comes out. During the first few episodes of the season, when the Maginot first crashed into Prodigy City, I saw a lot of people thinking that they heard Predator Easter eggs in the background for the clicking sounds that they make, their language. When you re-listen to it a couple times, I actually think what people were hearing was just Wendy's early Xenomorph detector. If you remember, in the earliest episodes, they showed she was able to pick up their wavelength and frequencies that they communicate on. As you would hear her listen to, she'd cock her head occasionally. Then later, when she was running to save her brother from the Xenomorph, she heard its clicking sounds more clearly until she started to eventually speak as they do, learning their language, making the clicking sounds herself. Right around that time, Noah Hawley accidentally started talking about predators during a podcast, and even though he has said some misleading things before the show started to be released about how many xenomorphs would appear and generally what they'd be doing during Season 1, he did double back on his Predator comments and tried to clarify that he wasn't giving away big spoilers about Predator Yautja crossover during Season 1. Tried to leave it open-ended that they might get into that in the future depending on how many seasons the show runs. So I'm choosing to believe him when he says there's no Predator cameos in Season 1, despite it being a shared universe and there being so much Alien Predator lore crossover in the Predator Badlands movie.
Well, good luck with your journey.
And I think the main reason why they haven't included any bigger Predator or Yautja Easter eggs so far in episodes, at least that they've revealed, there might be some secret ones in the background that we find out after we rewatch the episodes 3 or 4 more times, is all because they're trying not to trample on the plot of Predator Badlands before that movie comes out. So far, the new line of Alien movies, Predator movies, since Disney bought Fox, took over the franchise and started releasing their versions of Alien Predator movies, Dan Trachtenberg, Fede Alvarez, so far have been so successful with each of the different movies, like they've been so solid so far. According to Dan Trachtenberg, they don't want to rush another Alien vs. Predator movie before they need to, despite the fact that it seems like that's exactly where things are headed with all the different movies eventually. Most of the Alien vs. Predator crossover talk has come from Dan Trachtenberg on the Predator side of things. And it looks like whoever the Kevin Feige of the Alien Predator shared universe is at Disney, like the top-level business suits, didn't want Alien Earth Season 1 or Noah Hawley to trample on the team-up energy of Predator Badlands and all the Xenomorph hybrid Wendy team-up plot that they're doing on Alien Earth. Because that's kind of the big thing, people teaming up with different alien species, teaming up with the Xenomorphs, teaming up with the Yautja, and the whole thing during Alien Earth Season 1 is that humans are the real villains, so naturally the Yautja want to hunt humans. Wendy seems like she's starting to hunt humans eventually too, like she'll be teaming up with the Xenomorphs against the humans, it sounds like. Wouldn't it then make sense that she would also team up with any Yautja that show up, any predators that show up? And they're already basically doing that in Predator Badlands with a Synth, Elle Fanning's character, teaming up with a predator.
We might not be alone in this hunt.
If you've not watched that trailer a billion times already, Elle Fanning is a Weyland Yutani synth in the same way that Kirsch is a synth. He just belongs to Prodigy. As far as I can tell, she's not a hybrid like Wendy or the Lost Boys. That's also a big question too. What winds up happening with the hybrid program going forward after season 1? Elle Fanning just looks like she's an upgraded model of synth. Dan Trachtenberg, the director, hasn't said exactly when Predator Badlands fits in their shared movie timeline, but the basic idea is that the movies are moving forward in the timeline, like they're moving things forward slowly. So I'm assuming based on the fact that her synth model comes from their bioweapons division, based on her pod here, and as far as we've seen during Alien Earth, Weyland Yutani doesn't have a bioweapons division yet. So hopefully that's what they get into in future seasons like season 2, season 3, is that we see more from the other corporations on Earth, because it's meant to take place mostly localized to Earth with like a little bit of stuff happening in space. And they use that to explain how they wind up eventually creating the synths that Elle Fanning's line comes from, and they're sending those around the galaxy to look for other alien specimens that they can use to help form their bioweapons division, not just the Xenomorphs. That kind of seems like the vibe of the Predator Badlands movie, is that they're not just looking for more Xenomorphs, they're looking for any advanced alien species they can use to make themselves more powerful. They kind of dug into that during Alien Earth Season 1. All they care about is just getting alien specimens and turning those into weapons to make themselves more powerful. Become the most powerful corporation on Earth, and that will essentially allow them to rule the galaxy. But they don't really know about the Yautja yet. Technically way more advanced, way more powerful weapons, but we haven't got to that yet in Alien Earth. They have not fully explained the entire timeline in really, really great detail, but the idea is that Predator Badlands seems like it takes place at some point after James Cameron's Aliens, or at the very least after the events of Alien Romulus, which itself is supposed to be a little over 20 years after the events of Alien Earth. Not that long, but a good long while. We also know from all the Predator movies that the Yautja have a very long history of visiting Earth and hunting humans for different reasons. They literally just visited Earth multiple times over the centuries in the new Killer of Killers movie, which is fantastic. If you haven't seen Predator Killer of Killers, be sure to check that out. There's also a very big post-credit scene that recanonizes Arnold Schwarzenegger's Predator and Predator 2 movies.
What's the matter? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils?
But a lot of people asking, why wouldn't there be any Predators or Yautja during Alien Earth watching all the alien specimens, the Xenomorphs crawling around the Neverland Island? Like I said, the creator Noah Hawley said they mostly wanted to focus on the higher-minded concepts of what it actually means to be human versus a synth with the hybrid subplot, what Earth is like during the events of the Alien movies, which the Alien movies so far have not really dug into that deeply. It sounds like all the people involved in making the show just thought it was way too much to throw the Predators, the Yautja, into the Season 1 plot, because the minute one shows up on the Neverland Island, unless it's some crazy endurance test of theirs with zero weapons or technology, with the terrible security Prodigy has, everybody's been clowning on that, they would one-shot all the Xenomorphs as they exist right now, the hybrids, everybody else in a single episode, like boom, it's done. So they'd be kind of like a Deus Ex Machina kind of situation that would throw the show completely off course. Also the idea that if Wendy's big thing on the show is speaking with other alien species and forming bonds with them, she'd also probably have no problems learning the Yautja language and speaking with the Predators and then teaming up with them against the humans, the way that she's doing with the Xenomorphs right now. And that would basically be them doing the plot of Predator Badlands right before that movie came out, completely trampling on the big reveal of that movie, like, oh wow, you have synths teaming up with the Yautja. So it sounds like, based on what Noah Hawley is saying, they just thought it was easier to punt all the Predator crossover on Alien Earth down the road to future seasons, like, we'll just get into that in future seasons. A lot of that's going to depend on where they take things in the finale in Season 2. Like I said, it would make more sense that if they want to develop more of the Earth-based plot in Weyland Yutani much earlier in the timeline with the corporations, it would make more sense to explain how they develop their bioweapons division in Season 2 and slowly start building it out, then looking for other alien specimens and what that actually looks like on the inside of the company. There's also a lot of questions about what they're going to do with the Wendy, the hybrid subplot, and the Xenomorphs that they already have running around, because it wouldn't exactly make sense to have a bunch of Xenomorphs running around on Earth before the events of the first Ridley Scott Alien movie. That's Weyland Yutani's whole thing, is that they keep searching in these movies for more specimens to use in their bioweapons division, but because of different circumstances in each movie, they're not able to get an actual sample back until the events of Alien Romulus, and even that goes off the rails.
This is a much needed and well overdue upgrade for humanity.
My early theory right now for Alien Earth Season 1 is they just wind up killing off both of the Xenomorphs that are running around right now, and they do something with the eggs to explain why Weyland Yutani isn't able to keep them, or they lose them somehow, or Wendy's able to take them off-world somehow. Just some way to explain why Weyland Yutani needs to find more eggs, more samples during the events of the first Ridley Scott Alien movie, Aliens, and then the events of Alien Romulus. When it actually comes to bigger alien crossovers with predators like Xenomorphs with Yautja together in the same film, Dan Trachtenberg has been the one talking mostly about that, and it sounds like they might work up to that in the Predator movies before they do in the Alien movies, based on the way that Fede Alvarez is talking about the future Alien Romulus sequel. We would do plenty more Easter egg videos for this on the Predator side of things when Predator Badlands comes out much later this year, but I think the idea is they just want to show you that Weyland Yutani is searching for every different type of alien specimen they can get their hands on, and they've sent Elle Fanning to this very, very dangerous world with very powerful aliens in addition to the Yautja, so she's just trying to get every single sample that she can from different races of aliens. Just because we're about to get the finale for Season 1, we'll probably hear Noah Hawley talk more about future seasons of the show soon. My assumption is that they'll slowly start including more Predator Easter eggs, Yautja Easter eggs in the background, but leave the really big crossovers for them in the movies. Fede Alvarez has talked a little bit more about the Alien Romulus sequel, but he hasn't gotten too deep into what the actual plot of that is going to be, but it seems like it's still mostly just going to be an Alien movie without any big Predator crossover. But everyone, let me know in the comments, what kind of Predator crossovers do you want to see in the future? My full Episode 8 video will post Tuesday after they release it. My Season 2 videos will start after that. And like I said, I'll do more videos for Predator Badlands when it comes out later this year. So everybody click here for that finale video. I'll update the link as soon as I post it. And click here for all my Alien Earth videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.